I want to welcome Gayle Kabaker to the table. Thank you so much for coming on. I've been following your illustrations and your art now for a year and a half or 2 years trying to get you here. So finally you came in from Massachusetts. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with some foundation. Why are you an illustrator? Why are you an artist?
From pretty early on, I had a special ability to draw, and it was kind of where I could stand out and be a little special, and my parents were good at supporting that, and I just always drew, and I always loved to draw fashion. And so when I got out of high school, I went to art school, and I picked
in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, and I picked the Academy of Art because it had a fashion illustration major.
Why the fascination with that?
I don't know. I just always loved fashion.
Did it come from Barbie?
I probably had Barbies, but no, I just always loved clothes, and I always just loved beauty, and I don't know. Yeah.
When did you start making money as an artist?
Right after I got out of art school. Actually, I started taking my portfolio around my senior year of art school, and my first job was doing some illustrations for the phone book for massage parlors. I drew,
phone book.
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
there's
for
an old term.
Yeah, for ads in the phone book, and it was for massage parlors, which were, you know, kind of dicey. They came to my apartment and paid me in cash, and then when the phone book came out, I was like, "Oh, where's my drawing?" So it was very exciting. Yeah.
So that was one of your first paid
jobs.
jobs.
My first. I got $100 a piece. It was a big deal.
That's not bad back
yeah.
then. What drew me to you was a cover of a magazine, on the New York Magazine, and we're going to show it. And it's two brides that you got on the cover. This is beautiful. How did this come about?
Well, I had submitted to the New Yorker years ago, you know, through the mail. Never heard anything. And then I don't think I had submitted again. And I was searching around online to just get some ideas for submitting. And I came across this website called Blown Covers, which Francois Mouly, the art director, started to support her book, her coffee table book, Blown Covers. She started this blog with her daughter. And I came on it and I saw it and I was like, what is this? It's like she's on there, and every week she was putting out a theme that was very similar to what they were working on, and lots of illustrators were submitting. And so I started looking into it. I emailed a few of my friends who I saw were on it, and I said, you know, is this legit? And they said, yeah. And so I had, that week the theme was reading. So I submitted an illustration, and then, so you submitted during the week, and then I can't remember how it worked.
When did you get the call to say, you're the cover?
Oh, well, that was way down the road, because the Blown Covers was for a few months. I submitted on that, and then the theme was gay marriage, and what ended up being the cover was one of my submissions, and I got an email from the art director that totally flipped me out just seeing her name in my inbox, but and then they asked if to hold it
until June, right?
No, well, it was held for 6 weeks, so they asked to hold it, to consider it. And so that in itself was like, you know, a lot.
How did this resonate around the country, around the world? Because when I saw it, I thought, that says something. What kind of feedback did you get?
Oh, you mean after it came out?
Yes.
You know, I only got good feedback. Like, I got letters from parents of gay women. I just got tons of, you know, I heard from people that I hadn't heard from in 25 years. I heard from kids I grew up with.
So that tells you something.
It meant a lot.
It was beautiful,
to a lot of people.
and it was groundbreaking in many ways. Let's look at some of the other covers. There's another New York cover that, now here's another one on the same theme, but this is fake. This is not on the cover.
Well, this was also a submission.
A submission.
For Blown Covers, for that gay marriage theme.
And then here's another bride. You do great brides.
And that was a submission, just a submission. Like,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is this is from a trip you took?
This one right here?
Yes.
No, that's part of the astrology zone.
That we're gonna look at.
Yeah.
Let's look at a few more pictures. This is beautiful.
This is for an animation that I just did for a dancewear company.
And we're going to talk about that too. Beautiful fashion
You know, sometimes I just
illustrations.
paint for fun, and
This is
that's
just fun.
one-
It takes you how long to do this?
Oh, depends. An hour?
And just an hour.
Well, you know, an hour, and then I'll go back to it, and then I might scan it and play with it in Photoshop a little bit. So I have many different ways I work on things.
Since we talked about it, so you do calendars, and you just did this one, and it's beautiful. These are some of your illustrations there. We just saw that. And you did this for a famous astrology gal.
Susan Miller, yeah.
Just gorgeous work. We want to talk about animation. You're loving the animation with your illustration.
Yeah.
How did that come to be? And while you're talking, we're going to look at one of your animations that you did on a yoga retreat.
Yeah.
And we'll look at the book there too. But why animation?
I saw an animation that another illustrator had done and I was just really intrigued with it. And
How much work is this, though?
It's a lot of work. Animations are a lot of work. I'm not doing the actual animating, but still,
You're doing
I'm doing all the
paintings.
illustration. I just love seeing my work move. You know, it's very exciting. It's very, very exciting to hand over all my illustration and then have someone else give it life.
Are there more movies in you to be made outside of just a commercial for this is, you know, for a retreat, a yoga retreat? Do you see yourself doing longer version movies?
Sure, I would love to, because I've done other short films with no animation, and I love everything about making movies or animation or whatever. Yeah.
And you put something to music, and you've got the pictures, and you're all set. So we're looking. You know, I want to go on this retreat. You said it's a warning. You know, if you watch this movie, you may want to go to all these places,
Yeah.
and I do. And I was watching this, and when you draw, it's all about color. It looks like, and when you do watercolors, all about color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's come back now live. And also, we've got the vegan holiday book that you have illustrated.
Yeah.
You're a vegan
I
now.
am.
And you say you're feeling great.
I feel great. It's been about 9 months. It started kind of as a vain thing, like I just wanted to lose 10 pounds, and I asked a friend who's a fitness chef, diva, amazing person to work with me, and I was planning to blog about it very quickly. Her name's Ellen Abrahams, and very quickly it became, the losing weight became very unimportant, and it became about
Feeling good.
feeling good, but also, I mean, I went into it, honestly, I didn't care about animals, I didn't care that much about the planet, and I went into it with a very different idea very quickly, because we had to watch movies once a week as part of our process. And very quickly, I just went, okay, I'm done, and it became much more of a, you know, ethical, huge lifestyle change.
Lifestyle change. How do you sell yourself as an illustrator and artist? What sets you apart from other folks that are out there?
Well, I have agents.
But sometimes that doesn't
Who
even
are-
work.
No,
So,
no,
so
that's-
describe
Yeah.
what you do.
Well, I think that I try to bring kind of a color and joy and a feeling into what I do. I'm not really a cerebral idea type of illustrator. I'm more of a mood. And like if you, like exotic yoga retreats, I really wanted to create that mood of how, you know, like just, it feels good. So I think that's maybe what sets me apart a little bit.
What
is
have people
that,
said about your work?
Yeah, that it makes them feel happy. You know, they say, oh, she must be a happy person.
So that must thrill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Your kids artists at all? We know one of them's a singer.
My daughter Sonia is a musician, singer, songwriter, and my son went into Parsons as a photographer and within a month had changed to product design.
So it's in the family.
Yeah.
What's in the future for Gayle, do you think?
Well, I hope a lot of travel because kids are gone. You know, I'm ready to be out in the world more, creating, you know, going to places and doing like what I did for the exotic yoga retreats, creating art that companies can then use in advertising, you know, social media, whatever. But, you know, bring me to get the feeling of the place because everybody's a photographer. Anybody can shoot photos.
That's because we have iPhones.
Right.
So everybody's taking pictures.
Yeah. So, you know, but I feel like I bring a special, you know, I can make it look different. And I have clients where we'll use online advertising and we'll compare. We'll use a photograph and we'll use one of my illustrations. And my art gets clicked on a lot more. You know, like it just draws, it sets it apart from photography.
And speaking of phones, let's look at this phone. So you do covers.
Well, that's a company where, you know, you can upload your art to it, have a portfolio.
Well, right, but I could upload my art and nobody would buy it, okay?
Well,
but they would buy yours. It's beautiful. So you have a whole different...
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of different options that you can buy.
All right. So, Gayle, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so glad we finally got to meet. And New Yorker cover, I hope there's many more to come and
Yes.
other covers as well.
Thank you. Me too.
Thanks so much.